Hello and welcome to my guide to Unholy Death Knight PvP macros. Now macros really vary from player to player depending on their playstyle, but I hope you can pick up a couple macros from this video and put them to good use. So the first set of macros that I use are arena focus macros. They're very basic but efficient macros. The next macro that I use is my gargoyle macro. This uses my on-use trinket and then it summons my gargoyle. I also incorporated pet follow and pet attack into it. This basically allows me to control my pet with this single button. So when I have a target, it will tell my pet to attack it. When I don't have a target, it will command my pet to follow me. And this works for both my gargoyle and my ghoul. Next, you're going to need a macro to turn your claw off. And the reason for this is your pet works off of energy. Since your pet has claw autocast on, it's going to be using every 40 energy on claw. So what you need to do is you need to turn claw off when you want to stun. This basically ensures that the stun's going to go off on command and you're not going to have to wait for your pet's 30 energy to come back. So when turning claw off, you're going to need a way to turn claw back on, because if you have claw permanently off, your pet damage is going to be extremely weak. So into my dark transformation macro, I incorporated claw on. Your dark transformation button is often dead, and what I mean by that is when you click it, nothing's going to happen. So it's basically a free button to macro things to, and that is why I also have cancel our hand of protection incorporated into it. I then have target arena for chains of ice. This just allows me to quickly slow whoever I need to, for whether it be a peel or because I'm trying to get on them. The next set of macros that I use are exist macros. Basically what an exist macro is anytime you have a focus, it's going to use the ability on your focus. I have macros set up for Gnaw, Sim, Strang, Grip, and Mind Freeze. Focus macros may take a little bit of getting used to, but I can assure you you're going to see an amazing improvement on your play once you get them down. The next macro that I use is a Frenzy macro. This basically lets me put Frenzy on my healer without having to switch my target. The next macro that every Death Knight spec in the Lichborn needs is the heal macro. I'll first press, it's going to cast Lichborn, and then every time you press it after that, it's going to cast Death Coil on yourself. I then have mouse over chains, mouse over grip, and mouse over kick. If you don't have a mouse over, it'll select your target, and if you hold down shift, it will select your focus. The next macro I have is for healing my pet. This allows me to basically hit my pet with death coils without having to change my target. And then the final set of macros that I use are target arena strangulate macros, and you can thank mages for me creating these. So that's all I have for this video. Really hope you enjoyed it and learned a couple things. If you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for more videos.